Hello and welcome to the Business Tech Insights podcast. I'm your host, Brad Nelson, and I am joined today by Mohamed from EvoCare. Mohamed, would you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. This is Mohamed from EvoCare Billings and IT Solutions. I'm a pharmacist by profession, and I have been in this particular field for past 6 to 7 years. And I have given my everything. I'm a quality assurance certified 9001, 14001, 17025, and I have been working in multiple dimensions, starting from pharmaceutical product manufacturing, including the quality management systems. And then I hopped over into the medical billing regime, where I actually uh, added the quality systems, introduced new quality systems, and also introduced the technology, how it can help everyone to increase the revenue, reduce the cost, and things like that. So this is what I have been doing for past 6 to 7 years.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, so at EvoCare Billings, what do you do to help medical practices with their billing?
Well, I help them with almost everything. Like, we are a one-stop solution, and what we provide everything, starting from their clerical work, their administrative burden, their cash flow insights, giving them regular reports, helping them to get the cash into their banks. So this is what we do. And if I go deeper into the details, we handle their front desk management. We take the calls from the patients, we get them on the schedule, we help out the patients with their billing queries, with their healthcare queries, with their prescription queries. If they're angry with the doctor, if they're having any emergency situations, you know, anything that the patients come up, we handle everything right up front. Secondly, we deal everything with the insurances, like we take authorizations beforehand for the procedures, surgeries, for the visits, and also for the medications to get our patients on board as soon as possible. So this is what we do. On the clinical side, we do provide scribing, charting, help the providers in writing their notes, help them to mitigate the maximum burden of the administration by handling all the people, the HR thing, the payroll thing, and the scheduling thing. So in this way, we make things a one-stop solution where
Hey,
front desk is related to us, clinical department is related to us, clerical department is related to us, billing department is related to us, insurance and authorizations are related to us, and we are just present at the center and controlling everything so that every facility can stream smoothly towards their goals.
very cool. So you kind of take everything and integrate it into one smooth platform.
Exactly.
That's super cool. So what from your experience being a pharmacist, why switch from that into this software?
Yeah. Well, irrespective of the fact that I was a nerd from the start, and I was into the software thing from my childhood, but still I chose pharmacy as a professional degree. But still, I'm a web developer. I'm a graphic designer. I am a web designer as well. So I have been doing this on my back end as my hobby. I was doing all these things. So this is why my passion, even I had a degree in pharmacy, but my passion just took me away, and it said that just come. Technology is the way. Technology is the thing that I have to go to. So this is why I jumped into the software.
Very cool. Very cool. And you said you've been going for, did you say 6 or 7 years now?
Well, yes.
Yeah. Oh man, that's cool. And what kind of challenges have you faced over those years? Things that you had to kind of hurdles that you had to overcome to service your clients.
Over the years, over the past 6 to 7 years, there are a lot of things that has happened. I faced very good clients. I had very bad clients. I had very good softwares. I had very bad softwares. Very good employees, very bad employees. So everything you say, that we had everything and we faced everything right up front. I would share one experience that Sometimes my fellow Americans, some of them are very great. They are very friendly and they are up to the mark with their promises, with everything.
Hmm. Hmm.
But someone, because not every sheep is a good sheep, there are some black sheeps, you know.
Yeah.
One of my client, what did they do actually? They just closed their gates of communication. They didn't tell me anything, and what happened on the back end, we didn't know. And their bank changed, and then they started uh, to frustrate. The reason was they were not getting money, and they were right. The
Hmm.
reason was because their bank changed, and they never told me their bank changed. So this is why definitely you're not going to get the money. And they just were frustrated on me, and we had a long fight. Then they stopped my all invoices for past 3 or 4 months. But still, uh, we made that thing go, and we helped them establish all the bank, updated bank letters,
Hmm.
submitted all the things, and updated with every insurance, every Medicare, Medicaid, all the states insurances. So we made sure that everything is updated into their accounts and details.
Hmm.
So they got everything right. They started getting the money, but still they ditched us. So it happened. It happens.
Yeah, it does. So, what? I mean, you said that you've been a nerd from a young age. I can relate because I've also been a nerd from a young age. Wh- what? What are some things that interested you at a young age? You said web development and stuff. I'm assuming that the EvoCare billings wasn't something you came up with when you were younger. Uh, what are some other projects that you've done, even just for fun?
Well, when I was born um, in July 1994, on that particular occasion, my mother's uh, brother, my uncle, he wrote a letter for me,
Hmm.
and he always wanted me to pursue my career in IT, because at that time he was working as a web coder, web developer, and he just gave me this idea that yes, this can happen and this can be done. And since then I had the idea, yes, IT is the field that I have to choose and I have to go there. But after certain age, I just fell off the track and went into the medicine. Why? My father was a pharmacist
Hmm.
into a pharmaceutical company. He was selling the medicines, and this is why, it came it to me, and I just went into the medicine in the profession. But what I did while I was studying medicine, I was doing graphic designing over Fiverr. I was doing web development over Upwork, and I was also taking some local clients and helping them to create some very good masterpieces over their websites. And I also created some very good designs for their tote bags, where they were selling things and selling. At that time, Amazon, FBA market, and this new Shopify market was very new, and they needed the graphic designers. I'm talking about 2016, 2017, and at that time that was increasing day by day, and I was helping them on the back end, giving them the very good designs on their garments, on the bags, on everything.
Very cool. And the with like Fiverr and Upwork, those kind of gig work platforms, did you have a good experience with those? Because I've heard mixed things on uh, doing work on those platforms.
Well, I have a mixed experience as well. The
Hmm.
thing here is Fiverr was very good um, before 2020.
Hmm.
The reason is at that time all of the freelancers were getting the equal opportunity. They had the equal, uh, I would say, they had the equal right to pursue every single project,
Hmm.
and they were getting the projects. But after 2020, I graduated in 2019, and after that, I again pursued our Fiverr. And when I saw it introduced AI into their platform, into their algorithm, and what happened, uh, Fiverr was not allowing any particular person to pitch for any project, to get their projects on their panel. Whatever they were doing just for the 5-star freelancers, 4-star freelancers. They were getting their projects on the AI algorithm. But
Hmm.
what that has to do with us, um, it actually reduced the projects.
Hmm.
It actually reduced the people, the freelancers, what they actually earned from directly from Fiverr and Upwork. If I talk about Upwork, their algorithm is quite strange. The payout is quite different. Like at this time of the year in 2026, in 21st century, still people are getting jobs at $3 an hour, and that
Hmm.
is a very low rate to work on. So that
Yeah.
is why Upwork has caused a lot of troubles by giving so much low hourly rates. While Fiverr added their AI algorithm that actually reduced the opportunities for newcomers. So this is why I believe right now working on these platforms is not as good as it was before 2020.
Hmm. Hmm. Now, with the addition of the AI stuff, I want to ask you, what's your general feeling on all the AI stuff? Do you think it's a positive, or do you think it's a negative?
In our particular field right now, in uh, medicine manufacturing
Hmm.
and even in medical billing, pre-authorization, front desk management, AI has helped us a lot.
Hmm.
Human errors have caused a lot of troubles, and AI has helped me to streamline the process. Introduce in There's a concept in quality management system of lean Six Sigma.
Hmm.
Six Sigma is a standard quality perspective that is ideal to reach Six Sigma quality. That is not possible actually in all the systems, but that is just an ideal.
Hmm.
To achieve those things, AI helped us to produce time management, project management, lean management, to reduce the errors, to reduce what was not necessary. For example, I cannot ask my employee, for example, it's an employee A and he is working on X clinic, and that clinic is working 12 hours, and I cannot say my employee to just sit down for 12 hours, don't take breaks, don't go for restroom and things like that. But AI can do that.
Hmm.
Definitely AI can do that. So this is what I have achieved by providing my clients with stability, complete 12 hours presence right into their clinic, picking up the calls. When our employees are missing, AI bots are taking the calls, routing them correctly, helping them, taking the voicemails, scheduling them, doing the prescription thing. So we have actually excelled in this particular matter.
Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. How has AI also helped your security posture as well? Because, like you said, the humans make errors. The AI doesn't make, at least not as many errors.
Yeah,
uh, does it help keep you more secure and help keep your clients more secure as well?
that is a tricky question actually. Uh, Based in the healthcare field and having a lot of legal perspectives, legal laws and statutes that we have to follow, and specifically HIPAA Act that we have to follow. I believe that for now, AI has helped us to manage everything, but what we have made sure that we have cut off every access to every single person. So we have put forward the security layers. First of all, not every person is allowed to have access to everything. If the person is on the, for example, our AI bot is present there, the AI bot doesn't have to see the medical records or the insurance
Hmm.
cards or the driving licenses. What they have to do, they just have to see the calendar of the doctor, and they just have to take the initial date of birth and the account ID of the patient, and that will be only thing that he needs or the AI bot needs. And this is why we have controlled the access of the information to avoid any HIPAA compliance issues. So
Mm.
over the years, there have been a lot of data leakages. So we are trying our maximum, but technology can do anything. So if that goes over hacking thing, so I can't trust AI.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's true. I mean, like those data breaches. One that's somewhat recent in memory is that United Healthcare leak.
That was a big one.
That was a big one. Yeah, very big. Uh, no, but it's good that you take that approach where the AI and the people only have access to what they need access to, nothing more, nothing less. I feel
Exactly.
like that's usually where businesses screw up is they accidentally give somebody too much access, um, or maybe they do it on purpose and they don't think that it's that big of a deal. Um, but it can really hurt your business, especially if you are be held to some sort of compliance like HIPAA. And that's a
Yeah,
big, serious one because there's quite a lot of fines associated with HIPAA if you
yeah,
fail to be HIPAA compliant. Um,
you're
do you
right.
ever do you ever deal with clients where you'll like bring on a new client or something and their security is awful and you have to help shore it up, or maybe you decide not to work with them at all, or
Well, yes. Last November, I contracted one client, and guess what? Everything was remote. That clinic was not present in actual,
well,
and we did try to help them out, and it just worked 1.5 month, and I just asked them, okay, that I cannot work with them. The reason: the billing claims, the insurance details, the patient details, even my own profile was not actually belong to me.
hmm,
It had access to a lot of people.
hmm,
And what it has happened, for example, I sent out 900 claims and in just 3 days. And one of the persons got in there, meddled with my claims, and messed everything up.
hmm,
And
wow,
that was a serious concern. Actually, this is why we just put in a lot of security layers, because if anyone had access to anything, they can do anything. Definitely, you can't control them.
hmm,
And if they do something, then there are consequences. For example, we cannot get paid on time. Everything is delayed, and everything would be on my head. That definitely, Mohammed, you were the in charge. Something is going on. Something is bad. We're not getting money. Where's the money? And I
hmm,
have to answer everything. But on the back end, when we checked the security logs and I showed them, look at here, this is what actually I was talking about. You gave a lot of access to everyone, and this has happened. So either you have to withdraw these things, or I cannot work with you. And what happened? Actually, they can't take access off because they trust too much on those people. So this is
hmm.
what that particular client actually taught me, that not everyone is 100%.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like you've had quite a few different varied experiences. What do
Exactly.
you do you have some clients that are just like super easy to work with and are just super straightforward as well? I would assume
Well,
so.
yes. Yeah. I would just quote one name: Associates in Medicine and Surgery, Florida. Dr. Husni Sharara have been a wonderful personal. And over my experience for past 2 years with him working in particular project, irrespective of the protocols, he never talked to me on anything.
Hmm,
No one else has access to my project. No one else is actually talking on my project, and I'm only responsible for that.
hmm.
And this has made that facility so big that now they have more than 11 offices over the Florida beach.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. So this is the thing. This is how you get big, and this is how you trust, and this is how you keep HIPAA intact. And that client is super easy. They never had questions. They trusted us, and definitely. we had some very good reviews from that.
Excellent. Now, are you guys just doing work with clinics here in the United States, or do you do it globally? Uh, who do you deal with?
Well, for the past 6 to 7 years, I am working just with the clinics, big practices, and hospitals just in United States.
Hmm.
But I am planning to explore the new markets like United Arab Emirates, Europe, specifically United Kingdom and Germany, and then Australia. These are the new emerging markets for medical billing, for the virtual assistants, for the scribings. So these are the new markets are being emerged. So I am trying to get into them. So trying my best business development, and I would try to get into that WHX Labs conference in second week of February in Dubai. So once I get there, we are going to have more than 35,000 doctors on panel on that particular conference. So that would be a good initiative to actually market onto to explore new markets.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Now these new markets, what kind of regulatory things are you having to learn? Because here in the United States we have HIPAA. I'm assuming that these other countries also have something similar, but probably a little bit different.
Mm.
Are they? What kind of challenges are you facing looking at these new markets with that sort of regulatory factor?
Germans are actually very strict about everything. And if you don't know German, then you cannot actually getting any projects, and they're not even allowing you to work with them at any cost.
Hmm.
So this is the first thing, and they have totally different idea of security. And the Nazis, they have they have inhabited something from them, and definitely they are checking a lot of things from them and keeping an eye on everything. So that is quite different from states. And then into United Kingdom, NHS have different rules, and it is pretty new. It is pretty new. It's been more less than 6 months to 1 year
Hmm.
that they have introduced this new system, introducing the commercial insurances and getting this hyped. So it's still working. And then into the Gulf states, Gulf Arabs, they actually tend to question every single thing.
Hmm.
So first of all, if they just build your trust, if they have trust on you, then they are not going to ask you anything. So as compared to, if I just go over regulatory, Germany is on top, then Arabs are just next, and the third one should be United Kingdom. The reason is for United Kingdom to be on the third spot, they are still exploring how it should be and what are the new regulations. New laws will be coming into
Hmm.
this into the kingdom. Well, let's say I'm still hoping that we should get something new.
Yeah. So you're planning on going to this conference in Dubai to help build those relationships. You were saying that unless you know a German, it's hard to break into that market. So are you
Yeah.
planning on going to any conferences in Germany, or do you know some Germans?
Well, I have a couple of friends over some over a hospital in Germany,
Hmm.
and I'm trying to explore more things. Till now, what I have explored is that they have different kind of different set of rules. They have their own organization. For example, in United States, every clinic is independent in deciding their own fate. But in Germany, there is one organization that is solely responsible to hand over any projects. And if that particular NT, NTCC, that particular organization is not allowing you, or that if you're not approved with them, they're not going to give you anything.
Hmm.
So, first of all, you have to get through that particular organization, a regulatory authority that will assess you, your background, your credentials, your legality, and then they're going to do something like that. So, this is why it is very uh, difficult to get into the German market. So this is why I'm trying to get there, but still my German is poor. I'm not sure that I can speak something like that, but I'm definitely getting to work on that. And secondly, but Arab, that is an easy market as compared to German, so that is easy. And I have some very good friends in United Kingdom as well. So I'm also exploring that particular market, including Australia. So
Hmm.
these three markets are very promising, but Germany is just holding me due to German language, but I would be working on that.
I took 2.5 years of German in high school, and I don't remember hardly any of it. So, yeah, it's definitely a different language than English for sure in the structure, in the grammar and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So then I would assume the German entity that you were talking about that kind of vets everybody, they probably pick German companies first, I would assume. So
Yeah.
is that kind of an extra challenge too to get in there as a company that's not based in Germany?
Well, yes. Germans have this additional layer. And if you have your company registered in German, and if that company has a physical place, that will give you an additional advantage.
Mm,
Secondly, if you're not physically present there, then it's hardly 0.01% that you're getting anything from them. So definitely, and there are typically 4 to 5 companies in Germany that is holding off all the shares of the German insurance handling and everything. So that
mm,
means the competition is quite strong due to those particular four, because those 4 to 5 companies, they are holding of everything. They have
mm.
contacts everywhere, and they are hardly letting anyone slip through. And getting contracts from them, it's quite hard if we talk to them. So it takes a lot of marketing, business development, networking, some having good contacts over there. So that matters a lot.
Yeah. So what kind of marketing methods do you use? What have you found that works well for you? Because I feel like that's something that a lot of businesses struggle with is good, solid marketing.
Irrespective of all other medical billing companies, what I have felt that worked for me was social media.
Mm,
So, as for example, in Pakistan, in Asian countries, in Gulf countries, people are more prone towards Twitter, Instagram, and any other social media apps. But what I have observed that in United States, people use Facebook a lot, and a lot of providers post their only queries right there. So it's just kind of Fiverr, the old Fiverr that actually present there, and they are posting their requests, and we are just pitching them right there, and it has helped me a lot.
huh. Okay. That's pretty cool. So I didn't know that you could use Fiverr in that way. I thought that it was only for, like solo freelancer, kind of like what we talked about earlier, but you're using Fiverr to market EvoCare billings?
Well, yes, Fiverr has this new feature to build as an agency, like
Uh,
just like Upwork. Upwork is also allowing as an agency working. So this is a new feature, and it has helped me to actually bring my business into the spotlight. So that spotlight has helped me. Secondly, social media, particularly Facebook. Third, email marketing. The fourth one is the cold calls. Cold calls are the toughest thing, because you're getting a no all the time. You're just talking to them. No, I don't want it. They are just hanging up on your face. A lot of things like that happen. So it's the toughest thing, but the most, I would say, 100% results coming in directly from Facebook. So that has helped me a lot.
yeah. I've also found that social media seems to work pretty good. We don't use Upwork or Fiverr though. I might have to look into that. But I agree with you with the cold calling. When I first started this business, I was like every day I would sit down and cold call people, and it's exactly what you say. They say, "Nope, not interested," or "Who is this?" "Nope," and then just hang up, or it was brutal. I hate it, and so I don't do it anymore. But I know that it is effective
Yeah.
for people who are good at it and stick to it. It's just not something I like particularly.
Same here. Consistency is the key, and I definitely know some people that who are making calls and they are earning a lot from there and getting leads from there. and that has helped them. Instead, we have called everyone and we saw a no, and hardly there was one lead out of 1,000 calls, and that was not even a 1%. So,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it's tough.
Well, what kind of advice could you give to somebody who is starting their own business, maybe a similar, like a software business or something like that? What kind of advice would you give to somebody just starting out?
For the new entrepreneurs or the young entrepreneurs or the person who is actually entering into this particular market, the first of all, competition is tough. That is a reality. And before giving any advice, realistic advice is more important right now. The competition is tough. If you're going to start an EMR, there are a lot of EMRs in the market. If you're going to start any ERPs, there are a lot of ERPs in the markets, HRMs, CRMs, there are a lot of things going on into the market. But what you are going to do, you just have to stay strong, consistent, and persistent. So if you are consistent and doing the same thing again and again, there's a concept in quality management that we just have to knock on the door. You just have to knock on the door every day, same time, and that will work and the door will open. So this is
Mhm.
the only consistency was the thing that has helped me. And I believe that this is the thing that everyone can use to build themselves.
Yeah. Oh, I 100% agree. But that's also one of the most challenging things is
Yeah,
is to stay consistent, especially when you're getting a lot of no's, like like we were talking about before with the cold calling. It
exactly.
can really wear down on you.
Yeah, you just have to pick yourself again and again. You just have to remind yourself, yes, no, 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 you have to do this. So you just have to pick yourself every day.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I'm trying to remember who said it, but I heard something recently. Somebody said, there's that saying of, well, the worst thing they could say is no, but
Yeah.
this person said, well, actually, the worst thing that they could say is yes, but you didn't ask. So,
Yes,
you know,
this was.
yeah, yeah. I think that's very true. Um,
We just have to find that one person who is going to say the yes. So this is what marketing is all about. You just have to wait for the right person when you're going to say, and he is going to say yes.
yeah, yeah. So, what is you're still a fairly young guy, so what's your major goal in life? What do you want your legacy to be when you finally retire or pass on?
Well, it still have more than 30 years to go that way, but I still have a lot of expectations and talking about legacy, I just want to convert that EvoCare billings into EvoCare holdings with a lot
Mm,
of companies under the umbrella so that the next generation comes, they are not going to starve and they can work hard. But the thing here is what I want to do, I want to give them with the hard thing. They should
mm.
work hard to earn this, to earn the spot because we are doing that. If they are not earning hard, they're not going to sustain it anytime.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I have some small children of my own, and they're that's something I think about all the time. Is I want to build something that can provide for them and give them great opportunity when they're old enough to have that opportunity. But I also don't just want to hand them things. They need to learn how to harden their own resolve and become their own people and make their own success as well. Now, how do you?
Exactly.
Oh, go ahead.
If they learn it the hard way, they will definitely consider it a blessing. If
Hmm.
they're just going to take it right from your hands, definitely they will just use it and finish it before even they can actually think that that was a blessing and they could have grown it. So before
Hmm.
that, the hard way is the right way.
Hmm. Yeah, I completely agree. If you don't mind me asking, do you have children of your own?
While I just married,
Oh, oh,
uh,
well, congratulations.
thank you. So definitely, I would be expecting some soon.
Right on, right on. Well, that's about all we have time for today. Thank you, Mohammed, for joining us. What is one last chunk of knowledge that you'd like to leave our audience with?
Well, that is a strong question for definite. The chunk of knowledge that I would leave our audience with is that stay calm and stay positive. If you are calm and you're positive, you can definitely see the light into the darkness. That door will open. You just have to knock the door every day, and you just have to stay consistent.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I completely agree. Well, thank you again, Mohammed, and thank you all in the audience who are listening. Mohammed, where can people find you, by the way?
Well, I'm available all over the social media. Over my website, I have my own email IDs, and personally, I'm present in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And here I have head office of the everything. And a couple of times I visit my home country to check on what is going on. Otherwise, mostly I'm present in the States.
Very cool. Very cool. What is your home country, by the way?
It's Pakistan.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very cool. Well, thank you again. And thank you all for listening. You can find this podcast on YouTube and Spotify, and we'll see you in the next one.